All right, Blues fans, picture it now. A freezing night in the West Midlands, the St Andrews roar cracking through the cold air, and suddenly a ghost from our past, a player who once lit up our attack like a firework display, is back on the horizon. A free agent. Yes, you heard that right. After just 9 months in Seoul, the 32-year-old former Manchester United man has torn up his contract by mutual agreement and is heading back to England. But here's the part that really matters. Is he actually coming home to Birmingham City, completing a story that started more than a decade ago? Hit subscribe right now, bash that like button, turn notifications on, because if this breaks, you're not hearing it from me first. Keep right on. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? It's 2013. A young Jesse Lingard arrives on loan from Manchester United, and what does he do? 6 goals and 3 assists in 16 matches. Instant impact, instant spark, the explosion that kick-started his career towards England caps and Premier League stardom. Now fast forward to this week, FC Seoul confirm his departure. Polite statement, but with a heavy hint of inevitability, Lingard wants the next step. And while Ipswich and Wrexham are sniffing around, let's not kid ourselves, both feel more like detours than destinations. Ipswich? They're in meltdown. Spent a fortune on Chuba Akpom and George Hurst replacements who couldn't score in a 5-a-side cage. Yes, Kieran McKenna knows Lingard from their United days, and Ashley Young might sweeten the deal. But why would Lingard choose a tractor boy side being outplayed by Coventry and Middlesbrough? £17,500 a week. Fine. But what about ambition? What about pedigree? Lingard brings the attacking quality Ipswich are crying out for, but do they actually deserve him? Then there's Wrexham, the Hollywood fairy tale. Phil Parkinson's got Kiefer Moore smashing goals in for fun, and Lingard being from Warrington makes it convenient. But come on, is Jesse Lingard returning to English football for a starring role or a cameo in a Ryan Reynolds sequel? He's not a novelty signing, he's a proper number 10 with enough creativity and drive to torment championship defences, not just pose for a slogan scarf. Which brings us to the real headline and the reason I'm fired up. Birmingham City. Imagine Lingard returning to St Andrews, not as the raw kid on loan, but as the seasoned leader who can guide our young talents and give us that spark in the final third. Jay Stansfield, bless him, is carrying the load with barely any support, while our big summer signings, Kyogo Furuhashi and Marvin Duksh, have contributed absolutely nothing. 0 goals. 2 statues with boots on. How can a club pushing for promotion justify that? Why splash millions on players still adjusting to English football when Lingard already knows the club, the league and the demands? Pair his Premier League level intelligence with Jay Stansfield's fire and you've got a front line that doesn't just threaten, it devastates. Suddenly, we're not talking about sneaking into the playoffs. We're talking top 2, automatic promotion, and wages. Furuhashi is on around £35,000 per week. Lingard's Seoul deal fits perfectly within that bracket. This isn't nostalgia. This is smart business, strategic, logical, ambitious. So why is the board sleeping on it? Are we really about to let a chance like this slip through our fingers? I've watched enough Blues transfer windows to recognise when one is screamingly obvious. Lingard isn't finished. He's determined, refreshed, ready to write a new chapter. And Birmingham City is the perfect home for that comeback. Bringing him back isn't romantic, it's a competitive advantage. So tell me, Blues fans, would you welcome Jesse Lingard with open arms for a second spell, or is it time to build without looking back at the past? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want honesty, not excuses. And before you head off, smash like, hit subscribe, and join our fan community, because if we don't demand better for this club, who will? Let's get St Andrews buzzing again. Let's make this happen. Keep right on.